Okay, so the Game Awards have come and gone, and the results have sparked a major debate online. The winner of the Game of the Year, or this year's Game of the Year award, is Astrobot, and a lot of people are not happy about it. I mean, to be honest, as let's be damn honest, which Game of the Year, which I can't remember the last time a TGA show had been held without any form of controversy or debate of who should have won, who should have won, who has been snubbed, who hasn't been snubbed. And to be fair, there's a lot of debate, there's a lot of genuine criticism to be given towards the awards, like giving the nomination slots to a DLC. Why? But this video is going to center around the debate, the major source of debate, which is the Astrobots win. And this debate has two sides. One side is the Astrobots, people that feel that, oh, Astrobots won Game of the Year, and people who say so that Astrobots deserves the win, and people who say otherwise are novice who do not know anything about video games, who are just casuals, who just out of the game and just hate on the game just because it's a platformer. And there's the other side who favor Black People Kong. And to be honest, who of Black Beetle Kong saying that no, it's a platformer, he shouldn't have won Game of the Year, or not even using that rhetoric as the reason, but some they have their own opinion. Now, I've seen several takes online or from both sides, and to be fair, here is the thing. To be honest, I have my own reservations about this award. I have my own opinion about the wins, which I will see later. But all I have to say is that both sides are being ridiculous. I mean, it's reminiscent of what happened last year with the Baldur's Gate 3 winning. When Baldur's Gate 3 won, there was a set of people who thought that Spider-Man 2 should have taken the win instead of Baldur's Gate 3, and people who favor Baldur's Gate 3 said that the people who say Spider-Man 2 should have won are casuals who just had Baldur's Gate 3 as do not who basically don't represent the hardcore gaming community and the rest. And so for the most part, they are right for the most part, but there was a clear difference between that and Black Widow Kong's quote unquote robbery. And for me to elaborate on that, I think I have to say my opinion on Baldur's Gate 3 on the sorry, I say Baldur's Gate 3, Black Widow Kong's W. So let me be real here. I disagree with Astrobot's winning Game of the Year. And it's not that, oh, it's a platformer or no, I'm a casual, if it's a casual, like, no. Now, to be fair, take my opinion with a grain of salt since I haven't played any of the games being nominated. So take my opinion with a grain of salt. But what I feel is that the major talking point of Astrobot wasn't its gameplay, wasn't it based on its merits, but the fact that it appeals to our nostalgia a lot. Now, in a vacuum, I actually appreciate that. To be honest, I actually appreciate the fact that yeah, um, Astrobot did what it did, and Astrobot set out what it set out to do. So it did what it set out to do. More and also because I've been tired of company that I've been seeing this trend of companies doing all this, going through all this length to appeal to our nostalgia, not just not even the way Disney does it, but in the gaming space, a lot of companies have been doing a lot to appeal to our nostalgia. We're talking about the remasters, we're talking about the remakes, we're talking about even ignoring those things. Fortnite released Fortnite OG exists. That's what Epic Games did with Fortnite. Apex tried it before. Basically Modern Warfare 3, the last Call of Duty game for Black Ops 6, that's one half its marketing was based on the fact that oh, why got to return the 2009 Model of a 2 maps in the new Model of a 3, so and you're gonna enjoy it just like that. So it was basically that. We have been seeing this trend of companies using nostalgia as a selling point for their products. And as much as I like a little of my nostalgia bone being stroked once in a while, um, I don't appreciate it because most of the time it is clearly obvious I just doing it to make money off our asses. Astrobot felt different. Astrobot, the way Astrobot did it, they made went to great deals to put detail. It felt like I appreciated Astrobot's attempt because they actually cared about the franchise that appeared in that game. So in a vacuum, I appreciate it. But In the game of the year discussion, I do not know how to feel about this. Because again, we need to understand this. The major talking point of that game was not its merit, it was this nostalgia appeal. It was nostalgic appeal. That was its major talking point. So because of that, I think a friend of mine said one thing about game developers. That one of the advice is that a lot of people say when it comes to developing games, that you have to take notes from the game of the year winners. Those that won the awards, what did they do right? Now, if I want to use that mentality now, and I see, okay, the companies look at, oh, okay, what do we have to learn from this win? I only say that companies will learn that Astroport won because it was a fun, great platformer that is just basically a fun game that just set out to be a fun game and did what it did extremely well. I do not think companies will learn from that. I think they will just look at the fact that they appeal to players' nostalgia, the players reacted positively towards it, and that's what we're going to learn from it. So what we're going to do? More nostalgia marketing to us, more remakes, more remasters, more callbacks, more references, or something like that. And I do not like that. Now I know that I'm maybe hyperfixating on all of this, but again, this is kind of the implication of the game awards. People will copy what people will. I think companies tend to copy what is successful, and what we are seeing now. I feel like Astrobot wasn't rewarded for being a fun platformer or a fun video game. I felt that Astrobot was rewarded for it appealing to our nostalgia the best. And that is why I don't agree with it winning Game of the Year. On the other hand, though, if I flip the coin, let's be honest with ourselves here. Black Myth Wukong was never a sure winner. I mean, in every single game of the year in the past, in most of the time, there's always a sure winner. There's always a winner that be like, yeah, this game is going to win game of the year. There's zero competition whatsoever. We always see a sure winner, or at the very least, a fan favorite. Black Myth, this year's case, it was never the case because as much as I'm rooting for Black Myth's W, I am not delusional, and I have to acknowledge the fact that it had competition though. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, that is one. There is the Metaphor in Phantasmo, that's another one. So and all these other games, they had equal chances. Now, the Elden Ring winning the Elden Ring DLC getting the nomination is a stupid thing. I don't need to explain why it's extremely stupid. And I feel that's another criticism I have towards the nominations, that you snubbed several games that deserve that slot, like Helldivers 2, like Palworld, all these games that deserve that slot, and you just snub them all for a freaky DLC. But I digress. So here's the thing you need. So here's the thing, huh? Blind Me to Call never had a sure winner. Its competition was steep. Anyone could have won anything. So I can't call it robbery. I cannot call it a robbery. It's not a robbery in any way, shape, or form. It's more of okay, I disagree with it, but I'm not gonna complain it's that much of a robbery. It's not that much of a robbery. The real, if I talk about robberies, I can't got robbed of better adaptation. I am not going to listen to anything. I don't hear, oh, it is less of an adaptation than Fallout. I do not care. It is still an adaptation and it did better than Fallout. Regardless, I think like the Game Awards have shown the massive disconnect between no, mass, I can't call it disconnect, a massive fragmentation of the player base. If what this year and last year has shown me is the fact that nowadays we are seeing this kind of gamer elitism, to be honest. On two sides, there are those. Now, to be fair, if I want to describe the people that favor Astrobots, they are the people in their 30s. You get the gamers in their 30s. Obviously, I'm much younger. I'm like, okay, I won't say obviously, but I'm much younger than them. I'm like in my early 20s. But those that favor Astrobot are those in their 30s. They really, they grew up with platformers. So platformers are really their thing. They have been craving for all this fun. video games, all these games that just prioritize fun. And to be very honest, I can see their desires, but I'm not going to force them for that. Those are the kind of people that favor Ashura. Basically, the people that grew up in the PS2s and the rest, and those that favor the Black People to Kong are, like I said, the casual gamers, those who favor action-oriented video games. And if I want to be honest, I think it's pretty much. I think to be fair, the reason why I haven't seen this. Okay, I have to, okay. So to be honest, those are the two sides. The quote unquote hardcore gamers and the quote unquote ultra casuals. And let me be the let me be the rational one here. If you favor Astrobots or Black Kong or any other game, props to you. Huge props to you. What I will not appreciate is you saying, "Oh no, oh my God," it's basically the Astroport side saying that, "Oh no, you are just casual plebs. You are just casual players. You don't know anything about gaming. You don't know. You don't want a fun game. You want a no. You don't know rhetorics. You know the annoying rhetorics those sides say, and then the black me to come side shit on Astrobot a um for being a platformer, a quote unquote Mario clone. And to be very honest, this kind of rhetoric is doesn't allow that much nuance. I mean, to be honest, calling the people who called people calling the people who were favoring Spider-Man 2 quote unquote casuals is a bit extreme, but it's right for the most part because again, Baldur's Gate 3 was a valid win. Was a valid winner. There was no debate or no opposing view that could deny that fact. So for that part, those people who use that rhetoric had a clear W, had an undisputed W. That was it. But in this case, it's a lot more nuanced than this because in my eyes, any game could have won. And I wouldn't have complained. Well, except for Elden Ring. Okay, I have to digress. Okay, this is gonna be a tangent because it's gonna be a divergence. But why though? I don't know. I don't understand. Like some people were saying that they were fine with Elden Ring winning Game of the Year, but I'm like, bro, what is a DLC? I to be honest, this is my problem with the Game Awards. This is problem with the Game Awards. Their decisions, like I would say, okay, before I criticize, I'll just say, that, okay, yeah, they improved presentation wise because to be honest, the way they handled the event last year was abysmal. It was extremely abysmal. But this year, they got it right. The presentation was all right. It felt like a gamers event. Basically, all the video game reviews solid. I had enough set of games to be hyped about, so that's solid. But still, the way they nominate and the way they choose their nominees is incredibly out of touch. 2 years ago, they nominated Sifu as best fighting game. In my eyes, I'm like, wait, how the bloody hell does it make it a fighting game? It's not even PvP. So what makes it a fighting game? Okay, fine, I didn't complain. Next event, wasn't I think the best indie game in the indie game best indie game category. I think one of those games caught flack because the quote unquote because normally an indie game is supposed to be a small independent studio that have no publisher backing behind it. They're just doing their shit on their own, right? Now I've forgotten the name of the nominees, but one of them got controversy because sorry one of the nominations got controversy because that game that the developers were not actually independent developers. They were still backed by by basically a wealthy corporation. I've gotten the details, but that's the crux of. So I was like, okay, that's stupid. Not okay. Moving on, and now they proceed to nominate a DLC for Game of the Year. And I'm like, this is just so out of touch. I mean, to be honest, my expectations for the game of the year, for the TGA nominations and wins being at the very least untouched, at the very least agreeable, died after 2020. To be very honest, it died a slow, not only slow, it died a quick, spectacular death after 2020. Because to be honest, it just showed that the game of the TGA, it's not one, to be honest. Let's be real here. It's not even vote like there is literally a literal category for fan voted winner. Like the Players' Choice Awards, where the players would choose which game was the best game of the year. Black Myth Wukong won it. So so that means that number one, being that the Black Wukong that complained about it not winning game of the year to just step one side, since they've already won two awards, that award and the best actual game awards, so to just sit one side and to stop complaining. But two, Jeff Keighley just announced it, rushed through the announcement and be like, okay, here's the winner. All right, moving on to the next category. It's a minor category. It's not even a semi-major category. It's not even a category that is on par with best narration or best game direction, all that stuff. It's a minor category. And they treat it as such. And it's extremely annoying. The TGA Game of the Year category is 100% determined by journalists. And let's be real with ourselves. I think I posted a video about review scores and how video game journalists handle review scores. But what I will say for a fact is that despite the and I think I'll reiterate the bias parts I mentioned in that video, and that's the fact that journalists have their own set of preferences. Hence, why and Astrobots was heavily favored by journalists. So you could see the disconnect between all of this. And you could see why a lot of times that win creates controversy because there is a disconnect between. I mean, to be honest, there's always been a disconnect between the journalists and the players. It there has always been there. Let me not use the Gamergate rhetoric. It has always been there from the very beginning. But now in the Game Award in the TGS, it is more apparent than here. And to be very honest, if the winners of that nomination, if the game of the year winner is irrelevant at the very least in my eyes, because I don't watch the TTS for the awards. I just watch it for the reviews and for the reviews and for vibes. Simple as that. So if the awards never meant that much value to me, why should I stress myself arguing and complaining and whining if the game I favored never got a nomination or never got the W? Because again, I don't determine it. I don't determine who wins or who gets nominated. It's the journalist. It's a board of bodies. So it's a board. I said board of bodies. Oh my god, I meant board of basically the group of journalists. Basically, and to be very honest, I think the crux of this video is that this the TGA this year has shown a different kind of disconnect. But it's not just between the gamers and the journalists, it's also between the quote unquote hardcore gaming audience and quote unquote casual audience. And it's a sheer and it's actually getting annoying because of the elitism that I see everywhere on social media. The way the people that defend Astrobots W you say their takes is in a condescending tone. Is in a basically my taste is in a my tastes are immaculate. So keep your bloody mouth shut kind of way. And it's kind of weird, it's kind of annoying to say. So even the people that are defending Blasphemy to Kong, they are also being whiny and they are also and their rhetoric also doesn't make sense. Pulling down Astrobots just because it's a platformer isn't a great way to criticize your to show your own opinion. So all I just have to say this because this video is getting too long. I think it has crossed the 20-minute mark. So all I have to say is just fuck the TGs, screw it. I don't give a damn anymore. Um, I think that's all I have to say. I don't know. I can't create an actual this. I'm not writing this off a script. This is actually the first time I'm making a video without a script. So yeah, yeah. I think that's all. Subscribe. I mean, subscribe to my channel. I think I'll try my best to upload more frequently than this than usually. I mean, life and school have been going crazy nowadays. So it's the end of the year. So it's so sub to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.